By 2030, the global economy won't just be powered by oil or electricity. It will be powered by intelligence. And right now, there are two colossal forces rushing to control that switch. On one side, you have the United States, the reigning heavyweight champion, armed with a $67 billion war chest and the sheer brute force of Silicon Valley's computing power. On the other side, you have India, the hungry challenger, not competing with cash, but with the world's most powerful natural resource, human data. We are talking about a collision course that will decide who writes the code for the next century. This isn't just a tech race, it is a battle for economic sovereignty. The winner doesn't just get the patents, they get to decide how the rest of the world works, learns, and trades. The stakes? $13 trillion in new economic value. And while everyone is watching the stock prices of NVIDIA and Microsoft, the real shift is happening in places you aren't looking. To understand who really wins by 2030, we first have to strip away the hype and look at the engine room of the United States. If AI is the new nuclear power, America currently owns the centrifuges. The US strategy is built on what we call frontier dominance. It is a capital-heavy, infrastructure-first approach. In the last 24 months alone, the US has poured more money into AI infrastructure than the GDP of entire small nations. We are seeing data centers consuming the power of entire cities, aiming to build models so large and complex that no other country can physically replicate them. This is the American moat, sheer, unassailable scale. But money is only half of the American equation. The other half is the brain drain monopoly. For decades, the US has imported the smartest minds from around the world, specifically from India and China, to fuel its innovation. If you look at the leadership of the top AI companies in Silicon Valley, you see a familiar pattern. The US model relies on maintaining this flow of top-tier talent to build the foundational models, the GPT-5 seconds and Claude next gens of the world. By 2030, the US goal is to be the landlord of the AI economy. They want to own the intellectual property, the servers, and the chips, essentially charging the rest of the world rent to use their intelligence. It is a powerful position, but it has a fatal flaw. That flaw is cost, and this is where India enters the chat. While the US is building Ferraris, India is building the roads. The narrative that India is just a back office for Western tech is outdated. By 2030, India is projected to become the data capital of the world. Here is why that matters more than you think. AI models are hungry. They have already eaten the entire internet. To get smarter, they need fresh, diverse, real-world data, and India generates more of that than any other nation on Earth. With over 1 billion people using digital public infrastructure for payments, health, and identity, India creates a unique, high-frequency dataset that is gold for training the next generation of AI. India's strategy isn't to outspend the US on GPUs, it's to out-deploy the US on utility. This is frugal innovation applied to AI. The Indian government's IndiaAI Mission isn't trying to build a trillion-parameter model just for bragging rights. They are focusing on small, efficient models that run on smartphones, not supercomputers. By 2030, while the US might control the God-tier AI models, India aims to control the edge, the AI that actually runs in your pocket, in your hospital, and in your bank. It's a volume game. If the US owns the brain, India is building the nervous system that connects that brain to the rest of the body. There is also a demographic time bomb ticking here. The US and Europe are aging. Their workforce is shrinking. India, however, has the world's largest pool of young, STEM-educated talent. We aren't just talking about coders. We are talking about the millions of humans needed to fine-tune, label, and correct AI systems. This is the human-in-the-loop economy. By 2030, every major American AI system will likely be dependent on Indian human capital to function safely and accurately. You have to ask yourself, if you build a machine, but you need someone else to operate it, who really holds the leverage? However, this isn't a simple story of one country beating the other. The relationship is getting complicated. We are seeing a new kind of geopolitics emerge, the politics of the microchip. The US needs India as a counterweight to China. Initiatives like the ISET, the Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technology, prove that Washington knows it cannot win this alone. They need Indian manufacturing and Indian talent. But simultaneously, we are seeing friction. Tariffs, Visa restrictions and data sovereignty laws are the new battlegrounds. India is wary of digital colonization. They don't want to just be consumers of American AI. They want sovereign control over their own data and their own digital destiny. So, let's fast forward to 2030. What does the victory condition actually look like? If you define winning as who has the highest market cap companies, the US likely takes the crown. The Microsofts and Googles of the world aren't going anywhere. They will own the infrastructure layer, the clouds that rain intelligence. But if you define winning as who controls the economy, the actual day-to-day flow of commerce and productivity, the answer shifts toward India. Here is the twist that most analysts miss. By 2030, the cost of intelligence will drop to near zero. When intelligence becomes cheap, the value shifts from making the AI to applying the AI. India is perfectly positioned to be the world's application factory. Imagine a world where the base model is American, but the healthcare app you use in London, the fintech solution you use in Lagos, and the agricultural AI you use in Brazil are all built and maintained by Indian firms. In this scenario, the US captures the licensing fees, but India captures the market share. We also have to talk about the agentic economy. By 2030, AI agents, autonomous software that does work for you, will be the primary economic unit. Who builds these agents? Who trains them to understand local laws, local languages, and local cultures? A Silicon Valley engineer earning nearly $500,000 a year cannot build cost-effective solutions for the global South. An Indian developer can. India is poised to become the exporter of AI solutions to the global South Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia. While the US focuses on the premium markets of the West, India is quietly capturing the next 4 billion users. There is a wild card here, though. Energy. AI consumes electricity at a terrifying rate. The US has an aging power grid, but the capital to fix it. India has a growing grid, but relies heavily on coal and imports. The country that can solve the energy bottleneck, perhaps through nuclear or renewable breakthroughs, will have a massive advantage. If the US can deploy small modular reactors to power its data centers, it extends its lead. If India can leverage solar and decentralized power to run distributed AI, it changes the game. Ultimately, the winner of 2030 won't be a single victor standing over a defeated opponent. It will be a symbiotic dominance. The global economy will likely split into two layers. The foundational layer will remain American, dominated high cost, high power, centralized. The utility layer will become Indian, dominated high volume, low cost, decentralized. But here is the final thought to leave you with. History tells us that the country that controls the method of production eventually controls the wealth. In the Industrial Revolution, it was the factory. In the information age, it was the server. In the intelligence age, it is the workflow. If India succeeds in integrating AI into every sector of its economy, from agriculture to defense, faster than the regulatory-heavy, legacy-bound US economy, it could achieve a productivity velocity that the US simply cannot match. The tortoise doesn't just catch up to the hare, it changes the race entirely. So, who controls the AI economy by 2030? The United States will own the artificial part, the machines, the chips, the code. But India will own the intelligence part, the data, the workforce, and the real-world application. And in a world where AI is a commodity, the one who applies it best wins. The checkmate isn't on the board yet, but the pieces are moving faster than we can blink.